everyone, and welcome to my very first speed paint. I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I've never made a speed paint before. I draw all the time, but I've never really edited it all together in this way and recorded audio, so I'm pretty excited. I'm also just generally excited for all the stuff that I might be doing with the channel. I think I might be doing some traditional art or drawing challenges, so I'm just really excited to experiment with different types of content. But I think that the majority of the stuff on this channel will just be this sort of format with me talking over a speed paint. It won't really be a tutorial. I'm definitely a beginner when it comes to art, but I think it might be helpful to share my thought process when I'm making a piece. Speaking of that, why don't I just jump into talking about today's speed paint. I had a lot of fun making this piece. Originally, I intended for it just to be a little small piece welcoming you guys to my channel, but it ended up taking me 3 hours. I'm not entirely sure why. It might be because I scrapped the initial sketch and just drew a complete new one after spending a lot of time on the first one. And the worst thing is, I accidentally deleted that sketch too because I thought I'd never use it. But then at the end, I ended up putting together like each of the steps when I drew this piece, like sketching, line art, color, you know? I really wish I had that initial sketch to put in it. I do have the sketch for the sketch, my first sketching layer, for the one I scrapped, but it's not as complete. So you guys will get to see that, but you sadly won't get to see the completed sketch that I scrapped. Oh well. After I'd finally gotten a sketch that I liked down, I moved on to line art. Even after I got to the line art stage, I kept making revisions, especially to the hoodie. Something was just off about it, but I am fairly happy with the changes that I made to it. And I of course had to go back and fix the spelling of welcome. I don't know how I managed to mix up the spelling. Since it's my first speed paint, I just went with my usual style with thick line art and very cartoony kind of character. I had a lot of fun when I got to the coloring and rendering portion of this piece. The character on screen is my persona, and I really like their color scheme with a sort of warm grays and pinkish purples. After I had colored the whole piece, I went back and shaded it. I just added a multiply layer on top of the colors and shaded with some nice warm tones. I sort of ended up doing a mixture of cell shading and a more soft kind of shading, and I think it looks pretty nice that way. After I had shaded the piece, I went back and added a sort of rim light effect. I really like adding rim light to my pieces. I think it really makes the characters pop. I also added a sort of overlay layer to make sure all the colors looked cohesive. At the very end I added a background just to make the whole piece look finished, and to add a nice place to put the welcome sign. And that was pretty much my entire drawing process for this piece. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you all have a lovely day. And be sure to stay tuned for all the new stuff I'll be posting on here. Bye!